Hey there, Joe Simons with Salt Strong. You know, there's a lot of talk about stainless steel cups right now. Everyone's got one, everyone wants to show off the brand they got, but there's not much talk about keeping your beer bottles cold, right? And I mean, for as long as I can remember, we've always been careful not to bring beer bottles out in the boat. They can break, they can obviously make a huge mess, and if you got kids in the boat, it can be a nightmare if one actually breaks and you got glass all over the place. So this group called BottleKeeper, check them out, BottleKeeper.com, they came out with a solution. It's really cool. Luke and I have been testing this thing out. We took it down to the Keys last week for lobster season. These things are awesome. It comes in two sizes. I'm going to drop this one and show you how they work. One is for kind of the normal size beer bottle, and this is for the little shorties like the Modelo's that I like to drink. So let me toss that away. Here's what happens. It's got a top that screws off, and this top is really neat. Because once you have the beer bottle in, I'm going to show you how this actually goes in, this top is going to adjust and clamp down and really lock this thing into place depending on how high the bottle is. So this can really fit any type of beer bottle you can imagine. So I'm going to screw that back on, and you can see you can even hang this on something if you want to, but the bottom is where all the magic happens. So you undo this, it's the stainless steel, kind of like all these cups out there, but instead of having the double-walled insulated stainless steel, inside you actually have the neoprene, just like our Koozies that we use. So it's that same neoprene. I got one here in my pocket. Keeps it really cool. But so now you got the neoprene inside. That's also going to insulate it in case it breaks. And then you have the stainless steel on the outside. So you throw the bottle in, you clamp it down, and this sucker is like indestructible, and it definitely keeps it a whole lot cooler. Really neat. Let me show you how this works. Luke, got a bottle there? So I got a nice Sweetwater beer here. Let me take both sides off. Yep, this thing keeps going and going. You shove it right in, like so. Lock it in place, so it is locked in place. That goes back down, and you can see I got just, I don't know, half an inch or so up there, maybe an inch. And then I lock this into place. And now that thing is locked. Now, I'm gonna take this off and actually show you how it really works with my business card, which happens to also be a bottle opener. So take that off. Thank you, Vanna. And I can put this right back on. And that thing is locked in. I mean, it is now firmly on the top. That beer is going nowhere. I can even flip this thing upside down and it is still going to be good. Let's check her out. Freaking-licious. Luke, let's show them what happens when you actually toss me one, in case you have one of those friends that just not really good with his hands. Ready? Just pop it right back off, dust off some of the sand. Delish. Snake it back on there, and you're ready to rock and roll. This thing can sit down anywhere, and once again, if it gets knocked over in a boat, which is the thing I love about it, you're not worried about that glass breaking. Really cool. And then when you're done with it, you can actually take this off first and then screw this down to pop it off, or just go in there and take this off and do an old slam, and it's going to slide right out. Also, with that neoprene I showed you earlier, you can actually take that out and wash it if it ever just gets, stinky or just too moldy in there, if you happen to leave it out in the boat for a week or two. Really neat device. So this is BottleKeeper. Check these guys out, BottleKeeper.com. Really cool. They got them in the smalls and the normal size bottles. They definitely keep your beer colder, longer, and I love the front. They have a cool little saying, colder beer is better. It's science. You can't argue with science. Check them out. Great product and great for boaters as well. Never have to worry about your beer bottles breaking again. Pow! Fell down on the ground in the sand on the boat? Not a problem. Literally dust off the sand, pop it off, and boy, oh boy, you got a treat. No, you might want to let it calm down before you open it back up. Dude, that was a mess. All aboard!